Is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. First of all, let me tell you why I had to take your class at this particular order, because I'm out of station. And secondly, now onwards, what the classes you will be having is, I'll make sure that your classes should be there in the morning. And as it is, you will be glad to know, you will be delighted to know that a proper timetable, the school is now following a proper timetable, which we'll be sharing it with you. In days to come, we'll be sharing it with you. Maybe by next week, we'll share it. So you will be getting the slots for the classes as per the time allotted to each and every teacher. So there can be a possibility of 1 day or maybe 2 more days or maybe 3 more days for the whole process to come in full flow. May I request you please to switch on your videos? It's a request, students. Please feel comfortable. Please feel comfortable and switch on your videos. As it is, once when I'm recording, I'm not recording your faces. It's only me and my voice that is going to be recorded. All right, students. So let me start the class. Let me see how many participants have come. Well, in today's class, as even discussed earlier, what we are going to do today is, in my previous class, what we discussed? In my previous class, we discussed the first chapter from your book, Hornbill. Can anyone tell me what is the name of your first chapter? The Portrait of a Lady, written by?
Portrait of a Lady.
Written by?
Khushwant Singh.
Khushwant Singh. Thanks, Amani. All right. Now today, what we'll be discussing is, we'll be definitely taking into account your poetry section, your first poem by the name A Photograph, written by Shirley Tolson. Now, why I'm touching each and every chapter as well as poetry along with your writing section? Because we expect your exams to be in another 10 days or maybe 15 days. Let's see what the date sheet comes in, what they decide for the date sheet. But yes, we are planning for your exams. So most probably it will be termed as midterm exams or else your unit test. So let us see what plan of action the school makes for class 11. Because, yeah, please.
Ma'am, would it be convenient if you all keep tests, like, because अभी ना मतलब इतना अच्छी picture ना आए, जैसे कि not all students attend the classes, right, and not all students watch the recorded sessions. So it's like, wouldn't it be convenient if you all give tests, because उससे अच्छी picture आ जाएगी of the chapter and we can learn and like improvise on the mistakes we make.
This is Amani who's speaking to me. Thanks, Amani, and surely, yes, I'll try to put forward your question. So what we'll do is, even for other subjects, we'll start conducting your tests. And I think I told you in my previous session also that your tests we'll be conducting your test for one subject in such a way where you'll be tested for objective and subjective type questions. Right, so we'll be putting forward your objective type tests on Google Forms along with subjective type tests, so that you get a hunch as to what type of tests we'll be giving it to you, as well as set of questions, for revision. This you want for each and every subject, I'm sure. Maths, physics, chemistry.
Better than midterm, because we will get to know criteria kya hai of CBSE.
We all are on the same lines. Are we all on the same lines? Others, please respond, because this is a message that I have to put forward to my other teachers as well. So if this is the piece of advice, if this is what is a suggestion coming from the students community side, we will surely try to take that into account, and we will do it. We will surely be doing it. So maybe in another 3 to 4 days, we'll start this practice where we'll start taking your revision test number 1, test number 2, so that you get prepared.
Yes,
now, because I think time is running now, what we'll do is we'll start revising our poetry section, and A Photograph, your poem number 1. Let me read a few lines. First of all, you know that who has written this poem? Who has written this poem? Can anyone tell me? Shirley Tolson. If you have gone through my video, and if not, then in that case, we'll just revise it as to what all is there. A photograph. First of all, when we talk about Shirley Tolson here, she's talking about her mother. She's talking here about her mother, whose photograph she can find in one of the snapshot where she is finding that her mother is somewhere 12 years of age, and she's seen in this particular photograph as if she's enjoying a holiday with her cousins. And even the name of two cousins are mentioned here in this poem, Dolly, and one is Dolly, and the another one is Betty, Dolly and Betty. So let's read few lines. How it starts. The cardboard shows me how it was. Can you see your books, please? Have you opened up your book, students? Have you opened up your book? All right. So now I'm going to talk about the first stanza. One student has written here, good afternoon, ma'am. We'll be having subjective type. I think you're again asking me about the questions. Yes, you will be having your subjective type test as well as your objective type test, which we'll figure it out and we'll inform you the same. Right? Should I move ahead now? So I'm moving to your part 2 because in your part 1 we have discussed about 2 suggestions that has come from the student community side, wherein we need to inform you about your revision based tests, and secondly if the date sheet can come up on our school pad. Alright, now without wasting any time, let's talk about our stanza 1. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. This is what I informed you, that in this Shirley Tolson, what is she mentioning here about? Unfortunately, she's lost her mother. And now she is catching up all the old memories, and suddenly once when she was cleaning up this, you'll get to know once when you'll read her collection of poems. So one day while cleaning up her room, she came across this beautiful photograph of her mother where she is seen enjoying a holiday. The cardboard, specifically when you see that this poetry part, this stanza 1, your line 1 talks about the cardboard. What is the cardboard referred to here all about? The cardboard refers to the base on which the photograph is pasted. Shows me, who is me referred to here? Me is definitely Shirley Tolson. How it was when the two girl cousins went paddling. It is a seafaring skill. They are seen going to a sea beach along with their uncle, which is of course mentioned in your stanza 2 and stanza 3 you will come across. So went paddling. So they are seen enjoying a holiday near the sea beach, each one holding one of my mother's hand. So this tells that mother is standing in between the two girl cousins, and yet we don't know their names. This is what I have informed you, but yet we don't know the names. Names are disclosed to us in our stanza 2 and stanza 3. Stanza 1 is just giving us a description. The first line is giving us a description about how the photograph looks like. The photograph is something that is pasted on a cardboard. Number 2, in our second line of stanza 1, we are informed that there are two girl cousins who have gone along with mother who's so young, somewhere around 12 years of age. Went for what they went and where they went. Well, where they went, it's not known to us up till now in stanza 1, but yes, they went for paddling. Paddling here refers to that they are enjoying a sea holiday near a seashore, but still more will be clear in stanza 2, where clearly things will be mentioned. And each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she the big girl. It's mentioned she the big girl means among these three, who is the tallest, who is a young girl? Young girl, of course, is Shirley Tolson's mother. Shirley Tolson's mother. One is on the left of Shirley Tolson's mother, and the other one is on the right side of the mother, who's standing in between these two girl cousins. All right. Then we move on to our stanza 2. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. A sweet face. Often a question is asked from your stanza 2. Who the poet Normally we say poetess. Yeah, this is what we have told you in your junior classes also. Poet and poetess, gender when we talk about. But let me tell you, in your class 11th and in your class 12th, we take into account, even if you write the word poet. Please mark my words within double inverted commas. We accept it. Poet, poetess, good if you mention. But even if you mention Shirley Tolson as a poet, we accept it. So there is no gender sensitization term so far as which earlier it was. For example, a small change that has come in, that we were earlier writing. This is, I'm little bit drifting away from my topic. We used to say chairman. You know, you are addressing a letter, you are writing the chairman. But nowadays we write down chairperson, not man, not chairman, but chairperson. So there are certain changes that have come in the field of linguistics. So one part of change is also this, that we have accepted poet and poetess. Well, let me not drag this more. But just to inform you, if you write poetess, okay, accept it. But even if you mention poet in your lines, we'll accept that as well. So poet Shirley Tolson, poetess Shirley Tolson is mentioned, mother is mentioned here, a sweet face. A sweet face. Whose sweet face is it? It is Shirley Tolson's mother, sweet face. My mother's, that possessive feeling, that possession, my mother, because now she cannot find her mother. My mother that was before I was born. So clearly she has mentioned in her second stanza, second line, that before I was born, it is the photograph of that particular stage when my mother was too young and before I was born. But what her age is, it's not known to any one of us up till now. And the sea, which appears to have changed less. So yes, of course, things that are permanent versus things that are not permanent. For example, we human beings, and this word transient, this is what is mentioned in your fourth line of stanza 2. Permanent thing, what is being talked here about is that the sea has changed less. One thing that has not changed is definitely, yes, sea, which is permanent. And a line below mentions they're washed, their THEIR, their transient, their terribly transient feet. So many people come and go by. They are coming, they are enjoying their sea holiday, but the sea remains the same. But yes, something, faces are changing. Even when we are talking about faces keep changing, here not faces, but yes, terribly transient feet. Feet symbolizes here that so many people come and they go by, but we don't know. The sea has the capacity of washing away their transient feet. So it's a phrase which you should definitely be able to explain if it comes in the examination. Up till now, there are 3 pet questions of the examiner. Question number 1, what does the cardboard symbolizes? Which of course is mentioned in your stanza 1. What cardboard? So you will have to explain. Cardboard refers here to that particular base on which the photograph is pasted. Whose photograph is it? So of course you have to explain that 2 cousins who are along with Shirley Tolson's mother, who is so young. Now let's move ahead. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Dear students, please tell me if everything is clear to you. Stanza 1 and stanza 2. Is it possible? Just tell me, are you clear with this particular part where we are able to see? We are able to see a thin line of demarcation between 2 things. Number 1, of course, yes, the sea that has not changed, and something against it, the terribly transient feet. Is this difference clear to my students? Is it clear, Vansh? Is it clear, Amani and others who are there with us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes.
All right. And I hope that you know that this is, of course, yes, your alliteration, literary parts, I hope you are aware of up till now. And if not, then we'll take another class where I'll try to explain you what a simile is, what a metaphor. but I think you all might be clear up till now. Let's move on further. Let's talk here about our third stanza. Here comes the name. See Betty. Just a minute, let me pause the video and then we'll start.